So the biggest thing that I will say about dealing with setbacks and comebacks is, learning to remain optimistic through it all. Like knowing that you will find a way out of it, knowing that you will overcome it, knowing that you will find a solution, that whatever higher power you pray to will find a solution or will present you with an option or whatever the case, like whatever your situation is, just always remain optimistic that you can figure it out and you will figure it out. And I think I am one to be quote unquote what they call delusional. Girl, I low key am, but I remain optimistic through a lot of stuff. Like I am constantly always preaching to people in myself. And I'm not going to say I don't get doubtful, girl. I get doubtful just like the next person. But I always try to remain optimistic about situations that are out of my control. Like if I am going through something, and this is not if, this is when I was going through, when I was going through ending a relationship after almost a decade. Wait, I don't even know how many years it was. It was almost 10 years. And what I experienced at every phase of that literally sucked out a bit of my optimism at a time. The moment that I was watching everything that I had worked for, everything that I have fought for, everything that I have gave my love, time, and dedication to fumble, crumble, and break down to its core, including me breaking down, literally broke me. Like, I mean, I was so far gone, y'all. Like, I was so far gone. Like, it doesn't even make sense. And I still gotta push through it, push through it. There was days where I couldn't get out the bed. There was days where I barely wanted to eat. There was days where I was barely drinking enough water, but I pushed through it. And I ain't crying today. I'm telling y'all, like I tell myself every time, I ain't gonna cry today, y'all. But I pushed through it and I was still creating content. I was still pushing out content up until just recently where I took a step back because I had to, get out and get a job. But being realistic, like I got out and I started back working because I had to figure my own shit out. Like I had to get on my own shit because I cannot sit here and manifest and believe like, oh, this is gonna come to me. This is gonna come, and I just continue to sit on my ass and not do anything about it. I got up, got a job, and now I'm figuring it the fuck out. Okay. I'm gonna cuss way more on my podcast than I do on my channel. So please bear with me, please. Because this is just me. Like when I'm doing everything else, I try not to cuss as much. Also, my baby is not here right now, so I can speak freely. But yeah, like you have to remain optimistic when you are going through stuff. Like it really does make a difference in how you feel and how you move and the way that you set your mind up when you are going through the lows is how you will handle it better the next time. But I'm going to tell you this, when you are going through something, each phase of that is going to be different for you. I have went through so many phases of healing, so many phases of feeling through it, so many phases of just like love, hurt, anger, just it's so many phases of healing, especially with like love and dealing with like heartbreak and things like that. There's so many levels of healing those traumas that it doesn't even make sense sometimes. It doesn't add up sometimes. Like one day you'll feel like, man, that F him, F her. I was gonna say the N word, but I'm gonna try not to do that on this podcast. But you'd be like, forget them, F them, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, you're like, I miss them, you know? So you can go from F you, I'm done with you, kick rocks, go on about your business, to I really miss you, with all in the span of a week. Because you like, how I see it is that your mind is like, yeah, fuck them. But your heart and your soul and your body can still call out for them, you know? And this podcast is not about, like, this particular episode is not about heartbreak, but I would like to say, if you are experiencing heartbreak, baby, you have to feel through that shit. It's going to hurt so bad. It is going to hurt so bad. Like when I say hurt, I'm talking about a pain that you have never felt before. a pain that you can't just take away, a pain that you cannot take an Advil and feel like it's gone away, a pain that you cannot drink away. And if you do, you damn near borderline about to become an alcoholic. It's a pain that you cannot just run from because those triggers will still be there if you don't feel through it. And since we are on the subject of heartbreak, just some advice, because the girls who has experienced heartbreak, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I mean when I say like it's something that you like. It's just a feeling you cannot shake it. Like you can't shake it. And God forbid it's your first heartbreak. Oh, baby, those little high school heartbreaks ain't got nothing on the real world. I'm telling you, it's a different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. And when you don't allow yourself to feel through those things, when you don't allow yourself to be angry, when you don't allow yourself to just process it, and even if it's the worst thought that you have, just process it.